approving a contract that begins the work we set in motion several months ago when the council adopted the Comprehensive Efficiency Assessment Ordinance. Since I've been mayor, and I've spoken frequently about what I've called an agenda of efficiency, effectiveness, and innovation. And that agenda isn't about degrading government, it's about strengthening government. It's about making sure we're providing the highest quality services possible while being good stewards of the public resources entrusted to us. Austin, the city of Austin, is a complex organization. We deliver billions of dollars in services every year through dozens of departments, utilities, and enterprise operations. A city of this size should never stop asking itself a very simple question: can we do better? That's what this assessment is designed to answer. The ordinance that was unanimously approved by this city council calls for recurring comprehensive assessments using recognized best practices in auditing, performance management, benchmarking, and organizational review. Most importantly, it insists on something that I've believed was essential from the very beginning, and this council has endorsed and pushed forward: independent judgment. That's why we're hiring an outside firm with expertise in municipal performance auditing to work with our city auditor. We're bringing in professionals because we want professional analysis, not political analysis. Our responsibility as elected officials is to insist on independent accountability, not to script independent accountability. Now that brings me to another proposal that has received attention, and one that we just discussed in the previous item. Some have suggested that because it also requires hiring an outside firm, it's essentially the same idea, and it isn't. The difference isn't whether government should be evaluated. We all agree that it should. The difference is how you create the most credible evaluation. Our ordinance establishes the objective: improve efficiency, improve effectiveness, benchmark us against leading cities, identify opportunities for continuous improvement. Then, what it does is it entrusts independent professionals to determine the methodology and follow the evidence where it leads. The other proposal takes a different approach. Rather than establishing a principle of independent review, it writes much of the engagement itself into the proposed charter amendment. It specifies broad categories that must be examined. It prescribes required analytical components. It establishes timing requirements that will ultimately, I believe, be problematic. And it requires the engagement to identify savings exceeding the cost of the review itself. Those are not simply statements of principle. They are instructions about how the engagement is to be conducted. And that's an important distinction. Independent audits become credible because independent professionals exercise independent judgment. They don't become more independent because elected officials or political action committees decide in advance what questions must be asked, what methodology should be followed, or what financial threshold should define success. An audit should be directed by principles, not by a predetermined framework. And that's what we're doing today. We're creating an institution that will serve this city not once, but over and over again. An institution that can continually challenge us to improve. An institution that can help future councils make better decisions. An institution that earns public trust because its work is grounded in professional standards rather than in political preferences. Government should never stop asking how it can better serve the people. Today's contract begins that work. So, council, unless there's further discussion, the motion is to approve item number 4. It's been made and seconded. There being no further discussion, without objection, item number 4 is unanimously adopted. Thank you all.